Hey YouTube, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks, and today I'm making some dressing. Uh, we can call it chicken dressing because recently I kind of like alternating or putting something different in my dressing instead of the same old things that we usually do. So I always try to add a little something else, like most things. So what I've got here is twist this cap. I found this really good rich broth that I've been using recently, and it's called Imagine chicken broth. It comes in, they have all kinds, vegetable, beef, um, just various kinds. But I picked it up at Smith's slash Kroger, and I'm going to use that as my base for my dressing. Now, what I've got here in my pot is I've already I've got my, let's see, how can I do this? Not a very good shot. I need a cameraman. Anyway, I've got, well, that's not working. Okay, so anyway, I've got, I've got cornbread in here that I previously made. I don't usually like to use cornbread the same day that I make it, uh, unless I do it really early in the morning. Otherwise, in other words, you don't want to use uh, cornbread that you just made because it's hot. And you don't want to do that because you don't want, unless you want I don't like my dressing to be gummy. So, I made this a couple days ago, my cornbread, and I also made some croutons, which I just took some ends of bread that I had. I don't usually use the ends. I had some ends of white bread, and I took a hot dog bun. Doesn't matter, it's all bread. So I cut it up, seasoned it with basically all the seasonings that I'm gonna put in my dressing. Uh, some poultry seasoning, some McCormick sage, and I've also got some cream of chicken. So basically, oh, I did something else different. Where's that can? Let's see. Usually I cook some extra chicken and I put it in my dressing, but this time I decided, because I have several cans in the cabinet, I decided to use canned chicken. I've never done this. I've never used canned chicken, but it's all chicken, so I'm only going to use it for this. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's chicken. I just pour the whole can in. They generally come with some sort of broth. Sometimes they might be a little too salty, but it'll be fine since I still need to put my seasonings in this. It'll be fine. And again, you always taste as you go. So, uh, as I've stated, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks. And, I can be found at Wonderland Speaks at Gmail, as well as please post, comment, and subscribe, and click the notification bell if you like what I'm doing here. My videos generally are eclectic. I hit on a lot of topics, whatever comes to mind, or whatever inspires me. That's what I may be on. My videos generally, they started with cooking. That's when I started my channel. I wanted to share, I just really wanted to share with my kids. So, anyway, please like and subscribe. And I'm just basically in my pot. As I said, I've got my, and I haven't put anything in here. Well, yes, I have. I caramelized some onions and celery. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put some broth in here. I would say maybe, I don't know, because it's really going to depend on how much you're going to make. I'm going to put mine in this dish. So, my cornbread, I only made a little small skillet cornbread. I would say maybe, that's probably 6-inch cast iron skillet. That's what I made my cornbread in. So that's my cornbread. But then my croutons, again, those are things that I'll be able to put in the freezer and save for another time. So I've got some sage here. I would say put in maybe a tablespoon. And again, it's going to depend on how much you're making. In this case, I put in about a tablespoon. The poultry seasoning, I'm putting in maybe about 2 tablespoons. And I've got my cream of chicken here. And I'm going to put the whole can. If I can get it out of here. Okay. So, I've got some chicken in the oven that's baking. And so I'm doing chicken and dressing. And, I mean, it just goes to show you don't have to wait on a holiday. Because believe it or not, that's exactly what I thought about. I thought about, oh, well, how close are we to a holiday that you would do something like that? Because this is not something that I would do every day. It was just what I had a taste for, which is how I cook. So all I'm doing here is stirring up, mixing it up. Want to incorporate everything together. And hopefully you don't have to add anything extra. That's what you're hoping when you do this, that once you initially put everything in, that everything is going to be all you need to do. That's not usually the case, but that's what you're hoping. That's why you season to taste, which means you might have to add some more poultry seasoning or some sage or salt, pepper, or whatever seasonings you're putting in your dressing. You might have to add some more. It's going to depend on you because everybody's different. So in this case, I'm going to put some more chicken broth in this. And, I mean, this chicken broth, as I stated, it is really, really... Now, I may have to add some more, let's see, do I want to add more cornbread? I think I'll use these croutons. Again, this stuff, you know, all this is based on your judgment. Now, my croutons, I cut them up. As I said, I used ends of bread, cut them up, and put them on a sheet pan. I put some salt, pepper, some parsley, and also I decided to cut up a couple apples and put them on the pan. See, this is my point. You can put anything you want in this. It's up to you and what you have a taste for, you know. I mean, to me, fruit goes with everything. That's why I'll throw it in anything, you know, because I'm the one eating it. So if I can't eat it, I can't eat it because I screwed it up. So it's no big deal, you know. We live and we learn. I still think it needs some more cornbread. It's a little too, you know what? I probably shouldn't have used that whole can of cream of chicken for the amount I was making. It probably didn't need so much. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting some more cornbread in. Because as I stated, I don't usually like my dressing to be too, I don't like for it to be too gummy. So I'm putting some more cornbread in. I'm going to mix it. Hopefully this is all I need. And remember, you can do this kind of stuff anytime. There are times when I'll mix stuff like this up and put it in the freezer because I decided I don't want it now and save for another time. As long as you haven't baked it first. Because this does have to go in the oven for about 30 minutes. And it's ready to go. Because remember, everything that's in here is already cooked. You putting it in the oven is just so that you can bring everything together. But everything's already done. So it's not going to be a crime no matter how you do it. Okay, that's a little better. That's a little better. So, let's see. I don't know. I might have to put the rest. Where's that spoon? I'm going to taste this and see where I'm at. Hopefully I don't need to do anything. And I'm good to go. Okay, let's see. I'll tell you what. That can of chicken is right on time. This is good. It's ready to eat right now. But I'm going to put this in my pan, my dish I've got over here. Now again, you can use any kind you want. You might decide you want to use aluminum pan. All that's totally up to you. So, all I'm doing is putting in I got a lot going on here. Now, generally when I come in the kitchen, I'm doing a lot. That's just how I am. I'm usually doing 3, 4, 5, 6 things all at the same time. I don't know why. That's just what I've always done. It's a little crazy. I'll be the first to admit that, but that's how it is. And you might say, well, why are you using this big old wooden spoon? You know why? Because the lining of this pot, it'll scratch up if you use a regular spoon or fork or any kind of other utensil. You can use rubber or wood in those pots. So now I actually could put this in a bigger pan, but my brain, see, now that's ready. I'm going to put it in the oven and it's good to eat. Now, I've got a chicken in there and I got some sweet potatoes up here that I'm going to, and you know what? I might get through with this dinner and might not even want to eat it today. That happens too. That I'd be too tired and I'm like, man, I don't even feel like eating it. So I'll save it for another day, which is how all this started in the first place. I did not, I started it on one day and then I really didn't feel good because as I stated, my back has been, my back is jacked up. I don't know any other way to put it. It's just, I'm in a lot of pain, and you might say, well, what are you doing in the kitchen? I've literally never had pain like this. And I deal with a lot of pain. A lot of pain. But my doctor has me on a lot of medication, and I have to press on. And that's the moral of that story. So just me trying to bend down in this oven is a lot. It's a lot. Okay, my oven, I got my oven on 325. I don't usually like to cook my oven up real high because electric ovens are tricky. So I don't like to do that. So really, basically, that's it. That's, ooh, I'm kind of crooked. I got the dressing in. The dressing's gonna cook about, like I said, 30 minutes, and that'll be it. And that's all I've got for chicken and dressing. And again, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks, and I want everybody to be blessed. Please like and subscribe.